The reason why you can't achieve your results is not because you're lazy, it's actually because you're a perfectionist. And this is what no one tells you about perfectionism. It is literally the exact reason that you do not achieve the results or the goals that you set out. In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to tell you exactly why that is, right? And I'm going to tell you exactly how you can completely eliminate the procrastination, right? Of saying that you're going to do one thing and then keep telling yourself and never ends up happening. Now, I've been experiencing this quite recently, right? So for the past 3 weeks, I've been going through this exact same thing. And I went from going from like being super motivated, super dedicated, super disciplined to now all of a sudden 3 weeks just not showing up. And I've moved to Bali. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I just decided, I'm going to pack all my shit, kind of go. And since I've been back in Bali, I've completely lost the flow, right? And the biggest reason for that is because I've been telling myself every single day, okay, no, I need to make sure that everything's set up. Okay, I need to have my whiteboard set up. Like all my things need to be in order, all my meal prep. I need to find the right gym. I need to find all of these types of things. And I mean, I haven't posted on YouTube in ages. Okay, posting on social media, I've slowly started getting back into it, slowly started getting back into the flow set. And I asked myself, like, I wanted to understand what the reason about that was, right? Why am I procrastinating? Why am I not doing my work? Why am I not filming videos? Why am I not doing all of these things? And I think, and I know actually, for a matter of fact, because I'm looking back in my past, even when I started my own business, right? When I started getting into coaching, when I started getting into training, like one of the biggest things that always held me back was the procrastination, and the reason for that procrastination is because of the resistance. And the reason for that resistance is because of perfectionism. I wanted every little thing to be perfect, to go perfectly. Okay, now I need to be, set up properly. I need to make sure that my socials are on point. I need to make sure that my speaking is correct. I need to make sure that every little thing is perfect. But what I realized through that whole thing, right, is that imperfect action is the solution. That is what's going to get you the results at the end of the day. And that's where I came up with the concept of the snowball effect. Think about a snowball, right? You roll it at the top of a hill and it goes rolling, and every time it goes lower, it starts to build. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what I like to, that is how I see that as the solution, right? Because if you start with imperfect action every single day, no matter if it's shitty, no matter if you don't think it's perfect, it's going to build momentum. And with that momentum, you're going to see everything's going to become a lot easier. You're going to start sticking to things a lot better. And ultimately, you're going to get the result that you want. And with that momentum that you build, you can slowly start to perfection those things. And I want to give you a great example of this, right? Let's say you want to drop 30 pounds. Okay, that's been a goal. Like I've had plenty of clients that come to me and they've been trying to drop 30 pounds for X amount of years, X amount of months, whatever the case may be, right? But then I ask them, okay, well, what's the biggest reason? Well, I just can't stay consistent. I haven't been able to do this. And they're always looking for the right time. Whether it be something like, okay, I'm going to start my 30-pound weight loss journey next week is going to be great. Some people, okay, now I want to do it next month. And other people, as I'm sure you know a couple of them as well, is, okay, let me do it the next New Year's resolution. Next year is going to be my year. That's when I'm going to do it. But every single time that happens, you just postpone, procrastinate, and that result never ends up coming. Whereas if your goal is to drop 30 pounds, don't even think about that 30-pound drop. Just think about the little things that are going to take you there, and start off small, right? Start off with, okay, this week I'm going to get my 10,000 steps in every single day. That's it. That's all I'm going to focus on. And as you do that, you're going to build the momentum, and you're going to see it's going to become like a habit. Okay, it's going to become automatic. Then let's say 2 weeks after that, you're like, okay, cool, I've got the momentum. I'm getting my 10K steps in. Now I'm going to go to the gym twice per week. Okay, twice per week, every Monday, every Thursday, whatever it may be, you start going to the gym. Okay, now you're doing your 10K steps every day, and now you're going to the gym twice per week. Awesome, man. Let's say 3 weeks from now. You're like, okay, I've built this momentum. I'm going to the gym. I'm pushing the gym up to 3 times per week, 4 times per week, whatever your schedule is like. Then you build that momentum. A week after that, you're like, okay, sweet, I'm on it. I'm starting to get into the flow state. I'm starting to get into the flow of things. And now you go, okay, I'm going to start tracking my calories. I'm going to start being a bit more conscious about the foods that I eat, understanding more about the macros, the calories. And as you do that, you will see the weight start to drop. You will see the progress coming just by focusing on those little input goals and watching the momentum build. And without even realizing it, within the next 3 to 6 months, you are going to see that 30-pound drop, right? This has applied to me in almost every single thing. Like I said, building my business, I was like, okay, instead of focusing on my content being super, super perfect, it needs to be this way, it needs to be that way, I started posting every single day, regardless of what the outcome was, right? Regardless of the views, regardless of the comments, regardless of any of those types of things. And I did this for a long time. I said, okay, I'm going to set this goal that every day I'm going to post 2 videos. This is when I first started my social media page. And with that, I started growing my socials. It just started rolling in like crazy. I started building momentum. I started filming and posting content without even thinking about it. And before I knew it, I got my following on Instagram to over 100,000 followers. I started getting clients through that. I started getting people reaching out to just, join. And they were super motivated by it. And that's just because I started taking imperfect action. Imperfect action is always going to lead to momentum, which is always going to lead to the desired outcome. So if you find yourself like being super stuck, being super procrastinative, doesn't matter what it is, right? Whether it be the business that you're wanting to build, whether it be like wanting to get out of the business that you are, or out of the job that you hate, like do the things that is going to make you get there. If it's a physique transformation, don't overthink it. Just start taking imperfect action, and I promise you, you will get there. If you complete that every single day, it is inevitable. Like, it's going to happen no matter what. But I really hope this video helped, guys. I'm going to be posting a lot more of these things, like my way of thinking, the things that I'm struggling with, and how I basically overcome that to move the needle forward and where I want to get. But I really hope this video helped. See you guys for the next one. Okay, super random clip that I had to add to this, but just finished this video by following exactly what I'm talking about and taking the imperfect action. And let me tell you, just after I finished filming this video, I'm like, damn, I feel so good. I'm so proud of myself, because finally, after weeks of procrastinating, saying like, why the hell have I not done this? Why am I not doing this? Completely just saying, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, wada. Waiting for the perfect timing, I finally did it. And after I did that, I just got the craziest feeling of accomplishment. And that feeling of accomplishment has just put me directly into the flow state, right? Into a state where I just feel so positive, so happy, like it's completely set up my entire day. And that is just because I decided to, I'm just going to put the camera down. I'm going to talk about this, something that's been on the top of my mind, and now I'm set up for the day, right? I'm going to have a flippin' insane day. So guys, take imperfect action rather, and I hope you enjoyed. Cheers.